Hi, my name is Liana Picard,
And I'm Faith Marcotte.
and we're doing our presentation on Chinese culture in the Purnell model.
My name is People's Republic of China. We chose this picture here because that is China's flag. It's the most populous country in the world. Their animal is a panda. Their national day is October 1st, and their currency is the renminbi.
And their climate is very diverse, and their political party is known as the Communist Party of China. And the national anthem is the March of the Volunteers. Their president is Xi Jinping, and their most recognizable symbol is the Great Wall of China.
This is our communication slide. The Chinese have a much different communication system than we do in America. The Chinese are whole and complete only if they can integrate successfully with others in their surroundings. They don't want conflict.
The purpose of communication is to maintain existing relationships rather than challenge them. So they're very codependent and they like to work together as a community.
So some nonverbal cues are to avoid conflict with others, as I said, avoid touching, eye contact, unusual facial expressions, and using hands when speaking. They nod to greet others. They always acknowledge the elder in the group first, and they rely on posture, tone, and facial expressions to understand each other.
And for verbal communication, on the Chinese alphabet, there are 26 letters or symbols. Small letters are written, capitalized, and vice versa. The standard Mandarin is the most common language, and open discussion of sexuality is taboo, and saying no is very impolite.
As I said before, in their nonverbal cues, the Chinese always recognize the eldest in the group. The elders receive the most respect and obedience because they are known for their wisdom. Children are always expected to do as they're told, and a one-child rule was implemented in the late 1970s.
And the male is responsible for maintaining, providing, and protecting his family. He also makes decisions regarding his wife, children, and other family members. The female in traditional Chinese culture stays home to care for the family. Though many have careers, they still rely on their husband very much. Marriage, family, and children are very important in Chinese culture. Traditionally, marriages were arranged by the parents, but modern Chinese choose their partners with approval of their elders. So this slide is about Chinese culture in the workforce. The working age population from 16 to 60 years old accounts for 67% of the working population in China.
And we chose this picture here because China does have the world's largest manufacturing workforce, and the average worker only makes the equivalent to 81 cents per hour. This slide's on biocultural ecology. Skin colors vary. They go from yellow and others are very dark. They also have Mongolian spots, which are dark or bluish spots on their lower back, and they're seen in about 80% of infants.
Bilirubin levels are usually high in Chinese newborns, with highest levels at the 5th or 6th day after birth. Chinese are distinctly Mongolian and have many variations in their features. Chinese men and women are generally shorter than Westerners, but some Chinese men are over 6 feet tall. Bone length and bone density are less than in Westerners also. Chinese have hard palate and mouth, which may cause issues with Western denture fillings. And hair is generally black and straight, but some have naturally curly hair also. Most Chinese men have little facial or chest hair. The Rh negative blood type is rare, and twins are also uncommon but greatly valued, especially after China's one-child law.
We didn't find too many high-risk behaviors in China, although we did find that there's an increase in substance abuse, alcohol intoxication, and risky sexual behaviors, which increases HIV awareness. Northern and southern China both have different food. In northern, wheat is primarily the staple food due to agriculture growth in the area. Foods like wheat noodles and dumplings are common. In southern China, rice is a staple food. Foods like rice noodles and zongzi, a sticky rice wrapped in leaves, are more common. And also, typically more spicy foods are eaten here, such as chili.
Tea is also a staple food of Chinese diets all throughout the country. It's been a staple of Chinese diets for thousands and thousands of years. China has developed its economy from tea for thousands of years as well, and Chinese culture practices drinking tea as part of their daily routine. The most common teas include green tea, red tea, oolong tea, white, yellow, and some reprocessed tea. Green tea is the most common tea and arguably the most healthy. It contains catechins that help prevent computer radiation in the workplace and supplements moisture to the body. This slide is on pregnancy and childbearing within Chinese culture. Women in China are very codependent on others for assistance through pregnancy, especially health practitioners. So the health practitioners have to be very accommodable to their beliefs and traditions. Pregnancy and childbirth is seen as an imbalance of hot and cold required for good health, which means in Chinese culture that hot and cold foods should not be eaten in excess. It should always be kind of balanced within the body for good health. Many dietary practices are common, eating healthy soup and chicken broth, refraining from lamb because of the belief that the baby may acquire epilepsy due to the pronunciation of the word for lamb in some Chinese languages, which sounds similar to the word for epilepsy. So it's kind of like bad misfortune to eat it. Chinese people also believe that pineapple is believed to cause miscarriage.
Many Chinese people also believe that women should not cry out during birth. And they also prefer to give birth sitting or squatting. Usually a woman's mother or mother-in-law attend the birth rather than the father, but the practice varies widely among different Chinese communities. So the Chinese have a deep respect for the dead and the strong culture of death. Since ancient times, they believed that the souls of the dead lived in another spiritual realm and that coffins were their earthly residences. Funerals were extravagant, but now they're more simple. Inhumation is the main funeral style in China. It is influenced by Buddhism. They believe that the souls of the dead stay and protect their descendants.
And the Qingming Festival is the day for descendants to worship their ancestors and pray for the protection. It's believed to bring good fortune to the descendants. Other burial rituals that are common in China, or not so common in China, are cremation, water burial, sky burial, which is when birds eat your corpse, tree burial, they put a corpse on a tree, cave burial, they put corpse in a cave, cliff burial, ship burial, and cliff coffin burial. The grave location is very important because it's believed to have a feng shui atmosphere, which is important for the release of the person's soul or spirit.
So Buddhism is the largest religion in China. The people who believe Buddhism say that nothing lasts forever. It's separated into 3 sections: Han, Tibetan, and Southern Buddhism. Taoism seeks to promote inner peace of individuals and harmony with surroundings.
Islam is spread from Arab countries to China. Confucianism are beliefs based on responsibility and obligation in relationships. And Christianity is not practiced as commonly in China.
We said before, food, illness, and medications are often classified as hot or cold with regards to the perceived effects on the body. They believe in the positive of yang energy and negative yin energy of the body, which we also have a picture of right here.
Yep. And qi or qi is seen as the total or overall energy life force of the body. Some Chinese may attribute illness to disharmony of body elements, excess of hot or cold foods, punishment by ancestral spirits or deities for committing misdeeds or negligence. If the 8 characters, year, month, day, and time of birth, clash with someone else's in the family, then it will result in cosmic disharmony amongst them. Or that is the belief. Poor feng shui is also seen as a cause of illness because it is believed to have an impact on the natural and built environment we make around us. Treatments include acupuncture, acupressure, dietary intervention, and therapy. Chinese herbs are taken most commonly in tea form for dietary intervention. And supernatural healing. Temple mediums, fortune tellers, and feng shui practitioners practice this type of treatment.
This slide is about healthcare practitioners. The Chinese have more of a holistic view and they turn to natural remedies. Because of this, some American providers may be seen as ambivalent or uncaring because the provider may not cater to the patient's requests. In China, they look for underlying imbalances and disharmonies behind an illness rather than targeting the one specific thing. They look to the overall body.
Okay, and traditional Chinese medicine originated out of Taoist beliefs over 4,000 years ago. It has also been an important component of healthcare in China, but has spread to the Western world over the past few decades, especially new herbal treatments in health food stores and acupuncture as a treatment for many different things. Traditional Chinese medicine practitioners believe in the qi or qi and yin and yang philosophies mentioned before. Qi or qi is the life force that lives within you and flows through your blood into your organs and acts as an indicator of disease if imbalanced. Then yin represents the night and darkness, water, earth, and negative energy. And yang represents the day, light, fire, air, and positive energy, which should always be kept in harmony for optimal health and wellness. These are our references that we used throughout our PowerPoint.
Thank you.